Okay, so I am literally sweating. I am so stressed out. And I'm not even being dramatic. Okay, maybe just a little bit, but there's a reason. It doesn't feel good to have life tell you that you and your husband are not really doing this whole adulting thing very well. And that's what happened today.
Thank you for joining our family.
We're happy you're here.
Hi everybody, so we have some news that we just wanted to be transparent about and share. You know, it's kind of hard for me to figure out the words because I do not even understand what exactly has happened. So apparently before I moved to Oregon, Mark was an employee of a martial arts academy, and that's all I'm gonna say because I'm not sure that he wants to share. But the financial person there had always told him that what he made for income was pretty much below the poverty level. So it wasn't necessary for him to file taxes. So Mark proceeded to, move forward with his life with what we were finding out was that bad advice. We only got married in May, and, him and I were not involved in each other's financial, decisions, issues, anything like that. So, everything that, when I was working here in Florida, before I met him, like, my parents always took care of that, like, up until the point that I stopped being filed as a dependent with my parents. I did my taxes as a single head of household, and just... like my dad always just got it done. We just assumed I just assumed that was what you were supposed to do. This past year I actually made too much in paying back over $1,000 to the IRS. So that's pretty darn stressful. But, so I was doing my thing with my family, Mark was doing his thing, but we could come to find out that he wasn't doing his thing at all. So, as if any of you are keeping up with our story, Mark and I have both decided, or I originally decided that I wanted to try to go back to school and get into a nursing program in Oregon, and Mark had made the decision to follow me. So he moved forward with that, by meeting with an advisor at the college and, by beginning to fill out his FAFSA. So come to find out, he fills out his FAFSA, reported what he made in the year of 2014, and, in the drop-down column, said that he did not file. There was no funny business, nothing he was trying to hide. He certainly is not making the big bucks to hide anything. He just assumed from some bad advice that he was not making enough for it to be reportable. And, moving forward, we as a married couple, need to just make the joint decision that, we're going to do some more research on this, maybe meet with an accountant or, a bank. I don't know who you would meet to know how to do your taxes, but just moving forward so that we, so that we can make sure that all of our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted as a family. We want to make sure that we're always like on the up and arrow and that we're doing things right. Especially since Mark recently started another job. We want to rectify whatever issue is happening instead of, digging a deeper hole, and it was never his intent to, dig himself a hole at all. It was just an accident. But, that's what I've noticed most about adulthood is there is so much that you have no idea about and no one cares. that you don't know what you're doing. But I feel like maybe this might have been orchestrated by, higher power, that Mark filled out his FAFSA and that came to his attention, that he should have been filing his taxes, so that down the road, like, something did not, become of this and he got into any trouble. He was emailed by, I don't know who he was emailed by. He was emailed by either FAFSA or the IRS to tell him that, even though it's only $3,000 that you reported, that was still enough to file taxes. So that was a newsflash to him. But now he knows. So he is going to move forward, and on his next day off, he's going to make an appointment with the accountant that his grandma uses. Apparently he doesn't charge a lot. To see, what he has to do to get everything, figured out and up to date. Hopefully he doesn't have to pay too many penalties, but we realize that might be, a possibility. And that's, a fault of bad judgment and taking bad advice. If we've learned anything from this lesson, it's that, or if we've learned anything from this occurrence in our life, it's that from now on we're not going to take, everyone's in a different situation and in a different financial situation, and you shouldn't take advice or, believe anything that anyone says is law. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with the IRS, it's most important to talk to somebody from the IRS or, whatever it has to do with. Just go to the source and make sure that you understand what is going on, and don't take advice from Sally, Billy, Bobby, whoever the case may be. But anyways, you live and you learn. Thank you for joining our family. We're happy you're here, and we hope that you will continue to learn with us. Bye.